The battle for the 2021 GNCC Championship continues. In round number 1, Ben Kelly and Stu Baylor have separated themselves from the competition, and with just 3 rounds remaining, the championship points race is lightning hot. Can Baylor go back-to-back and win here today, or will Ben Kelly return to the center of the box? GNCC on MAVTV starts now.
Are you ready to go GNCC Racing?
Hello and welcome to the 11th round of the 2021 GNCC racing season, presented by Specialized and AMA National Championship. GNCC makes its return to Sunday Creek Raceway for the Burr Oak GNCC here in Millfield, Ohio. I'm Mikey Waynes, and I'm going to take you through today's racing action. And as always, we start with the Specialized race recap. Round number 10, action-packed. It was Jordan Ashburn taking the whole shot right here on that number 3 Magna 1 Motorsports Husqvarna Strang, followed in the number 2 spot. Now, as the race wore on, we saw a lot of Jordan Ashburn. We saw a lot of Stu Baylor. Early on, though, great start for Benjamin Herrera, sitting in that number 2 spot for a pretty good portion early on in this one. But as we said, as that race wore on, it was Ashburn and Stu Baylor separating themselves from the pack, pushing toward the front, where eventually Stu Baylor would find his way around Jordan Ashburn for the lead. And well, once that happened, he turned it on. Never really looked back. Solid ride out of Jordan Ashburn. More drama there in a second as Ben Kelly throws his name in the hat late in this one. But again, great ride. Stu Baylor basically in a must-win situation, if nothing else, a must-beat Ben Kelly situation at this point in the year. And in true Stu Baylor fashion, doing it for the fans. Not so much for the mechanic, but that's okay. He's going to sign that rear fender. Some lucky kid's going to get it. And this is what we're talking about. Ben Kelly with the aggressive pass to take the checkered flag in the number 2 spot. A heartbreaker if you're Jordan Ashburn. Had a chance after the race to catch up with Stu Baylor, but you take a look at it. Stu, Kelly, Ashburn, your top 3. Toth 4th, Thad Duvall rounding out the top 5. Again, chance to catch up with Stu after the race.
Yeah, you know, I pushed really hard right there off the start to get to the front, and we were able to capitalize. I just had a couple really good lines, just set up lines, and a lot of the track changed a good bit, and it looked like it was a good line. You get on and you get turned around, and main trail for the most part ended up getting really fast, and you know, for me, that was where I was finding my speed and making my passes. Was a lot of times on the main trail or just setting up some outside lines and just trying to find that flow, and got in contention for that lead, and I was like, all right, you know, we'll put down the hammer, and Jordan was right there. And you know, mid-race, I was watching the pit boards, trying to do my best, manage it, and prior to the race, you know, I talked about hopefully Bolton's not soft. Well, he wasn't. Saw him out there, and they left that section in all day, and I had 2 really rough times through there. Just threw away 45 seconds in one section, but no, that was an amazing section. I love stuff like that. Luckily, all the pit crew was out there. I mean, KTM, Gas, Yamaha, everybody was throwing out lines, helping us through there and keeping it from getting clogged up. You know, Caleb Russell was down there, and, you know, the whole crew just making sure that we kept that section in. And, you know, that was old school GNCC.
Well, here we go for round number 11. 3-hour race. It's an 11.5-mile course. Again, our second time here at the Sunday Creek facility. This time the Burr Oak GNCC, and the XC1 is off, jockeying for position in the whole shot. Who's going to take it? It's the Intimidator, the 739 of Trevor Bollinger on that Rockstar Husky, snagging that whole shot, an early lead into the woods. Ashburn in the number 2 spot. So, wow, what a start for Trevor Bollinger, snagging the whole shot. And Ben Kelly now into the number 2 spot. It's Ashburn 3rd, Baylor 4th, and Josh Strang rounding out your top 5 to start. Thad Duvall there toward the back of the pack. Going to have his work cut out for him today as we head down to the starting line for the XC2. Who Wants It out of the XC2. Looks like it's going to be the 109 Beta of Thorn Devlin, edging out the 25 Husky of Ben Nelko, at least for the moment. Oh, good back and forth there between Nelko and Thorn Devlin. We'll see in the woods here who's out front. Okay, Thorn Devlin going to remain out front, and there is Nelko in second, and Snodgrass on the Babbitt's Online Monster Energy Cowie rounding out your top three as they head into the woods, or are into the woods. And oh, look at that. The Rockstar Husky rider, Craig DeLong, in the back of the pack there. He's going to have his work cut out for him as well. And we take a look now at the 125 class, the FMF XC3. Who Wants It? Oh, commanding lead right there early in this one for the 125. The number 332 of Noah Clark snagging that whole shot in early lead. That was the 707 of Jason Liscombe following behind him in second. And back to our leaders in the XC1, the number 3 Magna 1 Motorsports Husky. Jordan Ashburn leading the way. Bollinger second, Kelly third, Stu Baylor in fourth, and Josh Strang and Josh Toth battling out for number 5. Well, the Intimidator with the whole shot. He's currently sitting in second. The battle continues. We'll be right back with more GNCC after this.
Coverage of the 2020 Grand National Cross Country Series on MAVTV is brought to you in part by Specialized Turbo E-Bikes. It's you, only faster. Rocky Mountain ATV MC, get ready. And by Yamaha, revs your heart.
Well, GNCC is more than just the pros. Earlier this morning, the WXC, that's your women's cross-country pro class, lined up a stacked class featuring the defending champ Becca Sheets on her farewell tour, as well as up-and-coming talent like Rachel Archer on the Ampro Yamaha, as well as the Babbitt's Online Monster Energy Kawasaki ride of Corey Steed, and a whole lot more. Taking the whole shot in this one was number 28 KTM of Kenzie Tricker, with a little checkup from the neck up right there, looking at the competition. Who's behind her? It was Rachel Guttish right there battling it out early in this one. As the race wore on, though, it was Becca Sheets, the defending champ, as she wipes the sweat off the figurative brow there and breathes a sigh of relief, bringing in her 6th win of the season, and now in control of that championship chase. Rachel Archer rounded out the number 2 spot, and Corey Steed finished in the number 3 position. Guttish finishing 4th, and Mackenzie Tricker, your whole shot winner, took 5th place. Had a chance to catch up with Becca after the race.
Yeah, it's awesome. This is the very first GNCC that I ever tried back in 2011, and this is the last time I'll probably race on this property, and so I knew it was going to be a little special weekend. And it didn't really matter where I finished, but I was, obviously I wanted to win, and I just put it together today. The dirt was so good, and my suspension was working really awesome, and you just kind of had to figure out the track, and it got better as the time went on because all the bike ruts got developed. We pushed through the dozer tracks and through the old quad ruts, and the track got better, and so I was just able to flow better by the time, the 3rd lap came around, and I just really have fun out there.
Well, back to the XC1, where the Magna 1 Motorsports Husqvarna remains in first place with the Rockstar Husky of Trevor Bollinger in the number 2 spot, and the Red Bull Factory KTM of Ben Kelly sits in 3rd place right there. Some technical sections of this track at the Burr Oak, as you can see the riders not carrying a lot of speed right here. Want to make sure they get through there cleanly, as the Ampro Yamaha of Stu Baylor does just that. Josh Toth following behind him, and the 212 Coastal Racing Gas ride of Ricky Russell not far back in that number 5 spot. So as things rolling on here, Thad Duvall still toward the back of the pack right there. Ashburn still your leader, but now look at this. Ben Kelly into the number 2 spot. So Kelly finds his way around Trevor Bollinger. We'll see if it's Bollinger. Yes, it is Bollinger in the number 3 position. So Bollinger only dropping the 1 position. Baylor still in 4th. And there is Ricky Russell on the gas in the number 5 position. Take a look here. Ashburn still out front. And where is Kelly? Bollinger and Baylor. Okay, that was Kelly in second. Here we go. There is Baylor on screen. And there is Ricky Russell behind him. Unless I missed him, we'll get a good shot of it right here. Ashburn out in front. Can't miss that bright yellow helmet. And the number 3 of Jordan Ashburn right here. Let's see who's behind him in second and third. Who is it going to be? We got Trevor Bollinger back into that number 2 position. And Stu Baylor in third now. So now, yeah, where is Kelly? So Ben Kelly, there is Ben Kelly in the number 4 spot. I did see him earlier, so that was Ben Kelly earlier, but now Ben Kelly drops to the number 4 spot, and there is Ricky Russell back there in the number 5 spot, not too far off that pace of Ben Kelly. So Jordan Ashburn, your leader, out in front. Looks like he's got a small gap in between him and second place. Is it going to be Bollinger? It is, the 739 of Trevor Bollinger. Let's talk about Bollinger for a second. A rider who's had some ups and downs since joining the pro ranks, but I think this is where Trevor Bollinger sees himself battling out here out front with these big guys. And keep your eyes on Trevor Bollinger on these last few rounds of this season, and I think you gotta put a big circle over his name as we head into 2022 next season. Keep your eyes on the 739 Rockstar Husky of Trevor Bollinger. Seems to be doing the right things at the right time here toward the end of this season. Here he is on screen in the number 3 spot, just behind Stu Baylor, who's now in that number 2 position, and Ben Kelly sits in 4th place. Ashburn on screen, getting some cheers from the faithful Mud Fleas. There's Stu Baylor, the 514 Ampro Yamaha, looking for an opportunity, and Bollinger still sitting in that number 3 position. There is Ben Kelly, the 530 factory KTM ride, and here comes Ricky Russell. And oh, Ricky Russell blows through the turn right there, realizes it real quick, turns the machine around, a little shake of the head there, said, come on, man. I was catching up to this guy. Now I got to make up some more time. So here is Ashburn on screen, working his way around some lap traffic now. For those watching at home, if you've never been to a GNCC, if you've never watched one here on MAVTV, the pro class, they're out here while the amateur riders are out there racing their own race as well, the A and B riders. So it's just another added element that makes GNCC so unique. As if the terrain, the competition isn't enough, you got to go to work and find your way around. Oh, and down goes Baylor. And not in traffic. It just goes down. Let's see. This is, oh, look at this. Here comes Ben Kelly. Can Ben Kelly get out front and make the pass? I think he's going to. No, Ben Kelly unable to make the pass on Baylor, but boy, tough break for Stu Baylor. He was right there with Jordan Ashburn. Goes down, and now goes down Jordan Ashburn. So Ashburn goes down. Stu Baylor on the inside makes the pass by the beta pits. Now keep in mind, these guys are going to be coming in for a pit stop right here. So it's Baylor out front, Ashburn second, and you got Trevor Bollinger at the bottom of your screen in third. Expect all 3 riders to come in for a pit stop. They do. Let's see how it plays out. Looks like fuel, goggles for everybody, nothing too crazy. Saw at the top of the screen there, Ben Kelly into the pits now. And oh, a little more for Ben Kelly right here. Working on that machine in the old school way. Hey, get it going. And you can see the frustration in Ben Kelly right now. Things have not gone his way so far today, and he knows he's got his work cut out for him. Gets back on the track right behind Ricky Russell. We go back out front. It's a 3-way battle. Stu Baylor with a checkup from the neck up looking, and he sees Jordan Ashburn in the number 2 spot. He sees Trevor Bollinger in the number 3 position, and there goes Baylor leading his way into the woods. This is setting up to be a wild finish. That is as good as it gets. That right there is what GNCC is all about. Stu Baylor on screen, your new leader. Ashburn in the number 2 spot. And how about it for the Intimidator, the 739 of Trevor Bollinger, hanging in there in the number 3 spot. This is Ricky Russell. So the 212 gas of Ricky Russell in 4th. And this should be, yes, Ben Kelly, the 530. That man has got his work cut out for him. What a wild one we've got here at the Burr Oak GNCC. Stick around, more on MAVTV after this.
Coverage of the 2020 Grand National Cross Country Series on MAVTV is brought to you in part by Specialized Turbo E-Bikes. It's you, only faster. Rocky Mountain ATV MC, get ready. And by Yamaha, revs your heart.
Well, while we are away, more shakeups. Ashburn regains the lead. Baylor falls to second, and it's Ben Kelly in the number 3 spot. How many times have we had those 3 riders out front this season here in 2021? Ashburn continues to lead, but Kelly is hot on the rear wheel. Oh, Kelly takes the gamble right there going up the inside, up the hill, as does Baylor. Pays off a little bit for Kelly, not so much Baylor right there, but Kelly able to pick up some time. Kelly able to make the pass now out in front. Is it going to be Ashburn or is it going to be Baylor? It's Ashburn, the number 3 Magna 1 Motorsports ride, but Baylor on the throttle right now, trying to track down Jordan Ashburn. And here we go, Ben Kelly. This is where we saw Stu Baylor go down early, the missed opportunity for Kelly. Kelly looking good right there. Baylor looking good now in the number 2 spot. So Ashburn, we believe, has dropped to the number 3 position. And Kelly, no, take that back. Stu Baylor now out in front. This has been crazy. This has been one of the wildest races of the season, no doubt about it. Baylor now in the lead. What can he do with the lead at this point? Kelly in the number 2 spot, and there is Jordan Ashburn in the number 3 position. Again, technical part of the track right here. And here we go, the 514 and Pro Yamaha of Stu Baylor out in front. Getting down to the nitty-gritty now with a bit of a gap on Ben Kelly. There he is on screen, maybe with some trouble with the lap traffic, not sure, but good little gap between Baylor and Kelly right now. Not quite enough that Baylor, I mean, he still needs to ride mistake-free here and bring it into the checkered flag if he wants the win. But nonetheless, a fantastic ride. As you can see right there, he's going to come back facing the opposite direction of the track where he came through the woods right there, looking for Ben Kelly. Wants to know, hey, how much time have I got? And Stu Baylor, you got a little bit of time as Kelly just popped on screen right there. We're going to see him here at the bottom of the screen coming in front of you. And there he is. So Ben Kelly, the 530 KTM on the charge. Don't know that it's going to be enough as we're getting down to the wire in this one now. And you got to think it is pure adrenaline for Stu Baylor at this point. The FMF power point. He's feeling good. He can see sunlight as the sun starts to set in Millfield, Ohio. And things looking good for Stu Baylor out in front. Going to take back-to-back wins here. There is Ben Kelly in the number 2 spot. So we'll see as the fans start to cheer, as this thing's starting to take shape. The jersey's ripped. You got to say, you got to tip your hat to Stu Baylor in this one. Absolutely earning it. And hats off to Ben Kelly as well. Great ride for him. He's been off the motorcycle, I'm sure, more than he wants. It's been a frustrating ride, but to be able to hang on, come away with a second place, if it holds true for him, he's got to feel good about that as well. Now just a few more turns here for Stu Baylor. We'll see him bring it in here for the checkered flag in epic Stu Baylor fashion. Yes, there goes that rear fender. Doesn't matter. He's going to sign it. He's going to give it to one of these fans. Going to make some kids very happy. Stu Baylor off the machine right there. Takes a win. There is Kelly on screen, finishing in the number 2 spot. Stu Baylor's wife, Jade Baylor, right there. Baylor talking, kind of nursing that knee, or those knees, I should say. We'll see if we can get we'll have a word with him after the race, see if he talks about that. But Baylor letting it all hang out there today, snagging his 7th win of the season.
It was a struggle, you know. Didn't really tell anybody, but the first race here, the first lap, you know, this spring down in the Flat Rock Creek, I tore my meniscus, and I've been kind of struggling with that since that day. And today it was a repeat. First lap, got on the inside of somebody, started watching the front, and felt that knee pop, and I was like, oh my God, there goes that knee again. So that with a buckle handle tear, your knee seems to lock up, and haven't been able to straighten it all day. So I was digging deep, and you know, I was telling all my mechanics there on the first lap, I need to pit right now. I need to try to get in the pits first lap, because somebody else can actually take it and pop it loose. But after that I was I knew I could run the pace, and I got 2 to go. I had a little mistake on a log, and last lap I put some pressure on Ben. We were about 3 or 4 seconds apart, and I saw him land on the same exact log. So I know he was cussing the log the same way I was, but you know, that's racing, and it was a fun day.
Well, Baylor all smiles after that one, talking a little racing action with Ben Kelly right there. These two guys, what a season it has been for them. Kelly able to hang on for that number 2 spot. We had a chance to catch up with the factory KTM rider after today's race and talk about that second place finish.
No excuses, you know, it's my fault. I gave that one up with my crashes. It is frustrating because, I don't know, I work so hard, and that's happened to me like 3 times. I feel like I've given it up this year, just stupid things happening, and yeah, I can't do that if I want to be a champion, so just mad at myself, but it's not over. I'm not worried, I'm just mad at myself, so 2 more races, and I'm going to try to get the win there. I'm sick of Stu beating me and Showbone out there. I want to rub it in his face and get those wins, but hats off to him and everyone else out there. You know, everyone's riding good.
Well, again, congratulations to Stu Baylor on his 7th win of the season. Ben Kelly hanging on for number 2 spot, and Jordan Ashburn rounding out the box in the 3rd place position on the Magna 1 Motorsports Husqvarna. We had a chance to catch up with Jordan Ashburn after today's race to get his thoughts on this Burr Oak GNCC.
Yeah, you know, I felt pretty comfortable out there. I got a good start and got out front early, and actually I didn't want to lead through the pin section the first lap, but I ended up there and just kind of put my head down and tried to race the track, because the track was really brutal, like a lot of choppy, sketchy, like slick. It was a gnarly track, and yeah, I just tried to ride my own race. My bike was working great, and you know, just the last lap I just kind of tanked and didn't make the hill again, and just went downhill from there. But you know, it's good. We're still learning, and man, we want to win, and we're inching towards it.
Now for the Specialized race recap. Taking the whole shot was the Intimidator, the 739 Rockstar Husqvarna of Trevor Bollinger. Bollinger looking great early in this one, battling with the front runners, had the lead for a little bit. Keep your eyes, like I said, hey, we move into 2022, keep your eyes on Bollinger. Back to the recap here. Ben Kelly, he was off the bike, admittedly, more than he wanted today. It was a rough one, but boy, on your bad days, if you can still manage a podium finish, a 2nd place finish at that, I'd say that's a pretty good day. Amazing race, as always, by Jordan Ashburn. That win continues to elude him, but I think keep your eyes on Jordan Ashburn. That win, it's coming to him. Is it going to happen this year? I don't know. Circle 2022, calling it now. Jordan Ashburn gets his first win next season. As the race wore on, we saw Stu Baylor out in front. The 514 AM Pro Yamaha doing work out there. Once he got this lead, in a hard-fought lead it was. As you can see, the jersey ripped right there, the Moose Racing gear doing its job, protecting Stu Baylor as he and Ben Kelly went to war for that number 1 spot here today. Kelly, bit of a gap between him and Baylor, and as the race wore on, just a couple turns right here, it was Stu Baylor celebrating in 5-1-4 Baylor heavy style, ripping off that rear fender. And like I said, hey, he signs those, gives them to a fans. What a guy. Congratulations to Johnny Gerard as well on the 1st place finish in the XC2. That's going to do it for us right here at the Burr Oak GNCC. I'm Mikey Waynes. We'll see you at the races.